You and a lot of other people may think it's an honor to be the child of Elon Musk, who is one of the richest and most famous people in the world. But things are very different for his son X-12 Musk. People call him the Tony Stark of the 21st century. He is a real-life billionaire and genius who changed the way people move in space and how people buy electric cars, pretty much turning the tech industry on its head. When it comes to politics, he has always been one to speak out, even when other billionaires would rather be quiet. Because of all of his many wins and the problems that have been raised about him, his life is pretty much known to everyone. One of those bad scandals started with his personal life, including how many women he has had children with and how many children he has. There were also reports that he couldn't be a good father because he doesn't talk to his own father very often. Musk's personal life is more complicated than most people think. It looks like these problems are linked to A-12 now. We should look at the problems he has had, the lies that have been spread about him, and the mental problems he and his family have been through. At the end of May 2020, Elon Musk and Canadian artist Grimes had their first kid together. This made news around the world. The internet went crazy with questions and guesses when Musk casually announced on Twitter that he had a son. It all started when someone on Twitter asked what was going on with Grimes while she was giving birth. Musk, who often gives short answers, just said, "A few hours away." Later, he sent out another tweet saying, "Mom and baby, all good." His fans quickly joined in to congratulate him. "What's his name?" was the question that shocked everyone the most. Musk quickly answered with a tweet that made no sense. A-12. Grimes finally told them what their son's name meant. In math and science terms, she said that X stands for the unknown. This character, AE, comes from Old English and some Nordic languages. In this case, it stands for AI and love in many languages, including Japanese. Musk helped with the A-12 part. It's about Archangel 12, an early form of the fast and stealthy SR-71 Blackbird. Grimes said it was good at fighting but not aggressive. It's interesting that the A also meant something special to Grimes. Dedicated to Archangel, a song by the British electronic artist Burial that she had once named one of her all-time favorites. This answer answered some questions, but it didn't answer the most important one. How do you say the name? Even the way Musk and Grimes spoke was a little different. "It's just X, like the letter X and then AI," Grimes said. But Musk told a different story on the Joe Rogan Experience. "It's just X, the letter X," he said. "The A sounds like the word ash, and my addition is A-12. The different ways of pronouncing the name made it even more interesting." There was one big problem, though. California law says that names on birth records can't have numbers or symbols in them. The 26 letters of the English language are the only ones that can be used in legal names in the United States. This meant that XA-12 couldn't be registered properly. To follow the law, Musk and Grimes didn't pick a whole new name. Instead, they made a small change. They changed the 12 to Roman numbers, which made it XA New Mills. Grimes even said she liked the new form more, saying, "To be honest, Roman numerals look better." Even after the change in the law, baby X's life would never be normal. His youth would be very different from most kids, because he is the son of one of the world's most famous tech billionaires and a famous businessman. Musk has always been in favor of learning by doing and has been critical of regular schools. Instead of sending his kids to regular schools, he made Ad Astra, a unique school that focuses on thinking critically and fixing problems. It's likely that X will take the same road as his father since he goes to Ad Astra. Many people were shocked when his unusual name was first told, but in the last few years, more parents have been picking names that are future or tech. As AI, VR, and spaceflight become more common, names that were once thought to be strange are becoming more common. All eyes will be on X as he grows up to see what kind of person he turns out to be. Whether he follows in his father's ways, explores the arts, or makes his own way. More and more parents are picking out weird and future baby names that are based on technology and space. Names that seem strange at first are becoming more common as AI, VR, and spaceflight become more common. At first, his name might have seemed strange, but it makes me think of a future where anything is possible. People will be interested to see what he does as an adult, whether he gets his father's intelligence, explores the arts, or makes up his own path. His name has already made a difference, that much is certain. This is how Musk feels about his kid, X. X is different from most kids because he is often seen at big events and talks with his dad. From the beginning, Musk has kept their connection public and has never tried to hide X from the public. Their close friendship seems to go beyond what you'd expect between a father and son. Some people think it might have something to do with Musk's hard youth. He may be trying to keep X from feeling lonely because he himself felt that way as a child. A lot of people think they know how deeply they truly care about someone. Some experts believe that there may be a more business-like side to their relationship, even though it seems very personal. Kurt Braddock, a professor of public relations at American University, says that Musk's frequent public outings with X might be an effort to change how people see him. Braddock says it's a typical political move to talk about family to make yourself seem more likable. Musk is often seen as an odd tech genius, so making himself look like a loving dad helps lighten that image. Experts also think that showing off the fact that he is a father might take attention away from him. Musk may be trying to take attention away from the problems in his personal or work life by talking about how loving he is as a parent. At a time when how people see Musk is very important, his son might act as an unspoken shield, making him seem friendlier while drawing attention away from critics. People are upset that Musk brought X to important events, especially in places that aren't usually thought of as good for kids. Musk, for instance, brought his son to a meeting with Recep Tayyip Erdogan, the president of Turkey, who is known for having strict rules. Not only that, there was a picture of X sitting on Musk's shoulders at a Tesla event in 2024 that went viral. He stood in the middle of an important business event while most kids his age were just starting to read. He looked like a little version of his father, dressed in a sweater and blazer. This made people wonder if Musk was making a point or if he just wants his son to be with him all the time. Some people also think these father-son moments like these may help you forget about the problems that Musk is facing, whether they are in his personal or work life. Bringing X to public events could be a way for Musk to draw attention away from critics and make himself look like a nicer person. A lot of people are interested in why he brings X with him to important events, especially ones where kids aren't normally allowed. Still, some people think Musk's close relationship with his son X is very personal. He has talked about how tense his relationship is with his older daughter Vivian, Jenna Wilson, who is transgender, officially changed her name, and said in public that she no longer wanted any contact with her father because of their gender identity differences and felt disconnected from him. Musk was sad about this and often says that his child turned against him because of what he calls the woke virus. He is always with X, some people think, as a way to deal with losing Vivian, either to remind himself of his role as a father or as an unconscious attempt to hold on to a family tie he lost. Not only is X Musk's son, but he is also a big part of his life because he is only 4 years old. From his plans to settle on Mars to his support for AI, the billionaire talks a lot about the future and his legacy. X may represent Musk's idea of continuity because he seems at ease in the places his father takes him, a kid who grows up with technology, power, and impact all around him. Is Musk's relationship with X based on love, a PR move, or a reaction to his past? I don't understand the answer, but one thing is certain: X is a big part of Musk's life. We won't know for sure until the story goes on whether people see him as a carefully put sign or just a loved child. A recent event involving X got a lot of attention online. People were surprised by the smart answer he gave to his father's question. What happened was shown in a video on Musk's website, X, which used to be Twitter. The video got both praise and criticism online. Musk asks his son, "What should I do?" in the film. The little boy answers right away and with confidence, "Save America." Musk asks again, "And do what?" because he found his son's answer funny. The little boy quickly replied, "Help," with the innocence of a child. The short but powerful conversation made social media go crazy right away. Different things happened when people liked or didn't like Musk. A lot of people on X said nice things about the boy. Some said he spoke more clearly than most kids his age. One user made fun of X by calling him smarter than most adults. Some people thought the boy was showing early signs of compassion. They said his answer was famous and proof of great care. Skeptics, on the other hand, wondered if X really knew what he was saying or if he was just repeating words he had heard at home. The argument goes on, and different people have very different ideas about what's going on. Since young kids don't usually understand complicated things, it's clear that Musk had an effect on his son at that point. The media often talk about the kids of famous people and billionaires, but X's role in public debate seems to be one of a kind. X has become an important part of Musk's public image, which is different from most kids who are kept out of trouble. Musk is very public about a lot of things, whether he's sitting on his dad's lap for an interview or going to an event. He isn't afraid to talk about how complicated life has been, is, and will be in the future, as well as the part that technology will play in society for better or worse. For example, he bought Twitter, now X, because he thought people should have less power over how they make decisions, which is one of the most debated ideas of the last few years. Because of this, it's not a surprise that Musk's fans took his son's words to heart and saw them as a reflection of what the billionaire believes. This brings up an interesting question. Did X become more visible in Musk's media interviews on purpose, or did it happen by accident? People disagree on whether Musk's choice to bring his son with him to public events was on purpose or not. They think he does this on purpose to make himself seem more likable. In the same way that leaders show up with their kids to connect with voters, these times with X could help Musk's public image, which is often bad. This new video that went popular fits a pattern that suggests Musk's interactions with his son are more than just casual. They also affect how people see him. X is already making a difference in public conversations, even though he is only 4 years old. At this age, most kids are busy with toys and movies, but he is in rooms with world leaders, business executives, and politicians. His appearance has caused talks that go beyond his years, whether that was planned or not. This has made people wonder what kind of impact he might have in the future. Will he still be an important part of Musk's public life? Might he one day become a boss in his father's huge business? Or maybe even run for office? One thing is certain, for now, little X has already made an impact. Even though X was being honest, his strange words have caused a lot of talk and laughter, just like his dad does all the time. Another reason why X might be more interested in Musk than in getting something done is that he is clearly in a lot of pain as a parent. The death of Musk's first child, Nevada Alexander Musk, was a sad event in his life. It broke their hearts to go through it. Musk is famous for his big goals and technology successes. He has also talked about some painful personal experiences, but most of them have stayed private. One of these is losing his first kid. Nevada was born healthy, which made his parents happy and gave them hope. Sudden infant death syndrome, SIDS, is a terrible and strange disease that kills seemingly healthy babies in their sleep without notice. He died when he was only 10 weeks old. Some babies die of SIDS, which the Mayo Clinic says is an unknown cause of death. This usually happens while the baby is sleeping. Even though no one knows for sure what caused it, it is still one of the saddest things that can happen to parents. Some things are thought to make the chance of having sudden infant death syndrome higher. Babies who were born with brain problems that make breathing hard, who had lung infections, or who were born with low birth weight are more likely to die of SIDS. Baby boys are statistically more likely to be sick than baby girls. Another terrible thing about SIDS is how quickly it happens. 1 minute the baby is sleeping soundly, and the next they are gone. No one has warned them or given them a chance to be saved. There is only shock, loss, and unsolved questions. Musk and his wife at the time, Justine, were in unbearable pain when they lost Nevada. Just one day, they were excited about their son's future as a new parent. The next, they were grieving a loss that was so great that words could not describe it. Musk is open about a lot of things in his personal and work life. But Nevada is not something he talks about very often. Musk doesn't talk about his sadness or how losing his first child has affected him very often. Still, in 2018, he had a rare moment of weakness when he sent emails to James Riley, a heartbroken father whose teenage son had died in a car accident while driving a Tesla Model S. Riley sued Tesla, saying that the company was to blame for his son's death. Tesla CEO Elon Musk wrote in answer, "There is nothing worse than losing a child." This simple but strong comment showed a very private side of Musk. He spoke from experience because he had been through the terrible pain of losing a child and had mostly kept that sadness to himself. In the same conversation, Musk shared a sad fact about his own loss. "My firstborn son died in my arms." This one line paints a terrible picture of a father holding his child as life slowly ended, unable to do anything to stop it. Even for people who have been through loss, that moment is hard to understand how raw it was. Musk doesn't talk about Nevada very often, but it's clear that this tragedy changed him in a big way. When someone loses a child, they are changed for life. Some people think that this early heartbreak changed the way Musk lived his life. Some people think that his constant desire to break rules and do things that seem impossible might be part of getting by. He may be trying to get away from the sadness that used to sweep him away by trying to change the world. Musk's approach to being a dad seems to be shaped by his past in a big way. He has many kids, and while he keeps some parts of his personal life secret, his closeness to X may be partly a response to the pain of losing Nevada, a deep-seated desire to treasure the times that no parent should ever have to miss. Even though he is famous all over the world, has had a lot of success, and has a lot of power, he is really just a father who held his baby boy for the last time and felt his tiny heartbeat fade away. Some losses are so strong that not even time can erase them. Musk and Grimes have 3 kids together. X, their 4-year-old son, is the first. There are reports that X is having a hard time mentally because his name is so hard to spell. People make fun of him for it on the internet and in real life. This makes me worry about how it might change him as he gets older. Musk and Grimes are known for being open to the unusual, from their strange relationship to their crazy ideas for the future. They are so different from everyone else that even the names they give their kids are out of the ordinary. Musk and Grimes have 3 kids, and each one has a strange name, just like their parents. It got even funnier when Musk and Grimes later said that the name of their second son was Techno-Mechanicus. It was hard to believe on the internet. It looked like the couple had given their unusual and future names even more thought. It's interesting to think about how these kids will feel about their names as they get older. Will they be proud of who they are, or will they finally want something simpler? The names of Musk and Grimes' children are even more unique than the names of famous kids like North, Saint, or Psalm. A person's name is a big part of what makes them unique. It's possible that X-12 Techno-Mechanicus and their sister X-12 Musk might have a different experience with their names than kids whose names are Michael or Emily. When they are young, people will probably look up to, be curious about, and maybe even be confused by them because of their names. Musk and Grimes might not have picked them just to be different. The way they choose names might show how they see life, technology, and the future in general. Musk has always stressed moving humanity forward, whether it's with Tesla's electric cars, SpaceX's plans to settle on Mars, or Neuralink's brain music connections. In the same way, Grimes's future music and art that is based on AI show a deep interest in combining human life and technology. The strange names they give their kids could mean that they see them as a part of the world of the future, which will be changed by AI, space travel, and other advances that we can't even imagine now. A standard name might not fit with their idea of this. Names like X, Techno, and Exa may seem strange right now, but they might fit in well in the future. For now, everyone is interested in seeing Musk and Grimes's kids grow up. Will they accept the futuristic idea behind their names, or will they pick an easier way to introduce themselves? It doesn't matter what happens, their names have already made their part of a bigger talk about who we are, how technology is changing us, and how these two things are becoming more linked. Time will tell if A-12 finds the comments on the internet funny or gets sick of all the jokes. One thing is certain, though, his name will always be remembered.